What is up, YouTube gang? It's your boy Fridayrandommedia, and I'm back on this Friday with another episode. And on today's episode, we're diving back into one of my favorite series on the channel, the Versus Everybody series, where I take a character and match them up with characters from other franchises, other universes, and we discuss whether it's going to be a battle or a team-up, or maybe even both. So if you're a fan of the anime fighting legend, Baki Hanma, or any of the Hanma bloodline, hit the like button, subscribe, because today we are diving into Baki versus Everybody. First things first, let's go over a somewhat brief overview of who Baki Hanma is and what he's about. Baki was born of the Hanma bloodline, which is the biggest staple in his story. His mother did everything in her power to make sure he could train with the best of the best, all to beat his father, Yujiro Hanma. In an early battle between the young Baki and Yujiro, Baki's mother, Emi, tried to intervene and was killed by Yujiro. So you can already see what type of issues Baki is dealing with. From that moment on, Baki goes on to find the best possible fighters, not only to train with, but to fight. Baki goes on to face underground fighters such as Mount Toba and Kiyoshi Katsu, to martial arts masters like Yuri Tchaikovsky and Biscuit Oliva, all the way to the legendary swordsman Musashi Miyamoto and the prehistoric caveman Pickle. Over the course of many fights, over time, Baki has built his physicality, his mentality, and his fighting abilities to come face to face with Yujiro, although, having yet to really defeat him, he has finally gained Yujiro's respect as a challenger. Now, what is so special about Baki to make him a challenger to Yujiro? Baki has the demon back, which has become kind of a meme, where the musculature of Baki's back turns into the face of a demon, and we can see this mostly with Yujiro actually. When Baki accesses the demon back, his stats are multiplied, which ultimately led Baki to temporarily match some of Yujiro's overwhelming physicality. To give you a clear idea of the goon, the absolute menace that Yujiro Hanma is, he stopped an earthquake with a single punch. Yujiro can dodge lightning if he wants to. In fact, he can be struck by lightning and take 0 damage, not even flinch. So while Baki still isn't on his level exactly, Baki is still number 2 in the Baki universe. Oh, and not to mention, Yujiro also has the demon back, as I said before. Baki also has a never-seen-before demon brain, which is assumingly what gives Baki his imagination powers. Baki usually doesn't use his imagination powers in combat, as he uses them most often to train, able to conjure historical figures and powerful creatures. Baki's martial arts skills consist of an array of punches, kicks, grappling, and mental warfare. He can purposely trigger endorphins for heightened physicality along with seeing opponents' brain signals. Utilizing his enhanced physicality, his years of experience training, his many weird and wacky abilities, Baki is a true force of nature in the weird-ass world of Baki the Grappler. Finally, let's get into some opponents that Baki should probably encounter in this Baki vs. Everybody episode. Number 1, starting with a character from Marvel Comics, we have Elektra Nachios, a highly skilled assassin that you may know best by her rivalry or partnership or relationship with Daredevil. Elektra is so skilled that Wolverine, Punisher, even Iron Man states that she's the most dangerous assassin on the planet. Her combat skills have allowed her to beat characters like Bullseye, Taskmaster, Silver Samurai, and more. Elektra is also able to manipulate her endorphins to decrease pain and increase physicality, much like Baki does. The difference between the two, however, is the strength Baki displays, especially with the demon back in effect. Elektra's Sai, her shuriken, her fighting skills will carry her through a fight with Baki until he actually starts landing some heavier strikes that are above Elektra's pay grade. I don't think Elektra's blades should do too much to Baki, considering his father's ability to snap blades with a single finger, or even when the blade strikes him, it snaps on his body. So consider Baki's scaling and relativity to his father here. Elektra definitely has the skill and the ferociousness and the tenacity to defeat Baki, but I do believe his physicality would allow him to land a few too many hard shots on Elektra, be able to dodge out of her way a bit. I think Baki wins by knockout. Number 2, another character, even set of characters I'd love to see matched up with Baki is the legendary Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. We have Raphael, the hot-headed, Sai-wielding, red-masked brother turtle. Donatello, the genius inventor, staff-wielding, purple-masked brother. Michelangelo, the goofy, pizza-eating, nunchucking, orange-masked bro. And Leonardo, the leader, the sword-wielding, blue-masked brother. So, All four brothers have shells that can tank gunfire and physical attributes that are enhanced by the radioactive slime that transformed them. Trained by their adopted rat master father, Master Splinter, each turtle has been trained both hand-to-hand combat and in their own weapon specializations. These turtle brothers have banded together to fight off literal hordes of Foot Clan ninjas, highly trained ninjas trained by the big bad Shredder, who actually ended up killing Splinter. The turtles have actually taken on stronger opponents too, such as the iconic Bebop and Rocksteady, but I could definitely see Baki Hanma and the TMNT coming across each other, maybe in a back alley fight club of some sort. The teamwork aspect of the TMNT does give them a big leg up on Baki, as Baki always strives for a fair fight, which usually means a 1v1. Together, as a team, I believe the turtles would be able to beat Baki, probably high diff, but 1v1. I definitely believe that Baki would not only out-muscle, but maybe even out-skill them 1v1. Out of all of them though, I think Mikey will pose the biggest threat as soon as Baki sees the nunchucks, if you catch my vibe. Aside from that though, I actually think Baki and the TMNT would end up teaming up, probably beating the shit out of a horde of Foot Clan ninjas and going for pizza afterwards. Getting into a live-action opponent for Baki, the Ip Man. Ip Man is a saga of martial arts movies following the battles of the historic Ip Man, a Wing Chun master who's taken on and brutalized 10 trained opponents at the same time. Ip Man's Wing Chun in reality shouldn't work against many other styles of martial arts in the modern day, but the Ip Man has adapted his style and adapted his tactics to beat boxers and other modern day martial arts with his Wing Chun. I think in a sense, Ip Man and Baki would be more of a friendly relationship, with Baki picking up some more valuable wisdom from Ip Man. It just makes sense for these two to exist in the same universe because the Baki series already has renditions of real fighters and real martial artists of the past, and that includes Ali, Mike Tyson, Miyoto Musashi, and more. Do I think Ip Man would actually beat Baki? Hell no. But I do think that Ip Man would be more amped in the Baki-verse and would probably be able to put in some work with an exaggerated, fantastical, whimsical Wing Chun style. Ultimately, I believe Baki would love to learn from the Ip Man. Now moving on to number 4. This is a tall task for Baki. We have some youngsters from the DC universe, the main 4 Robins, and that includes Nightwing, Red Hood, Red Robin, and Damian Wayne's Robin. So here's a quick background. Nightwing was the first Robin, the best acrobat in DC, even more agile than Batman himself, nearly matching his combat skill as well. Red Hood was the second Robin, but was killed by the Joker. When he was magically revived, Red Hood became a menace on the streets of Gotham, specializing in firearms, which makes him an odd Robin out. Red Robin is perhaps the greatest detective in DC according to Batman himself, and of course, his combat skills are up to par with the others. Now we have Damian Wayne, Batman's blood-born son and Robin. Damian is unexpectedly ferocious in combat, especially for his age and his size, and this does match his hard-headed attitude as well. The Robins have kicked ass as a squad and on the solo dolo, but against someone like Baki, a 1v1 battle may prove fatal. Perhaps Red Hood's gadgets may be able to affect Baki. I definitely think Nightwing's agility and his experience may lead him to an extreme difficulty win, but the 1v1s here are rough, especially if the demon back is activated. I don't see any Robin beating Baki by themselves. Although they've all trained under Batman, learning from the GOAT, I think their skill will not be enough once they get hit a few times. So the Robins are all capable of changing strategies on the fly due to the vast array of characters they've both worked with and gone against. So high to extreme difficulty fights for all 4 Robins here on the solo dolo, but teaming up with their combat skill, their experience, their ability to work as a unit on top of their tech and their gadgets such as the grenades and bombs, the lasers and tasers, their gases, their projectiles and more. I think the 4v1 would be rather easy for the Robins actually. But let's say the Robins get frustrated or their teamwork begins lacking. It could lead to 1 or 2 Robins getting taken out. Ultimately though, all 4 Robins should be able to wipe Baki low difficulty. But each Robin on the solo would be a high or extreme difficulty fight for both one Robin and Baki himself. So that is going to conclude Baki versus everybody. We saw what would happen if he went up versus Elektra, the Ip Man, the TMNT, and of course all 4 Robins. So comment down below what you guys think. Did I get these matchups correct? Did Baki lose or win to someone who he shouldn't have? Who do you want to see on the next episode of Versus Everybody? Remember, I drop a video every Friday, so make sure to hit subscribe and comment down below what you want to see next week. Also, I want to take a chance to promote my own original content, my own comic book anthology coming at the end of this year, December 2023. It's getting close. Debuting Godman, the Lifebringer, my debuting character. If you want to check him out, there's a video description in the link below. He's like a Silver Surfer, Superman type character, as well as Xorg of the Komodo village of Planet Green, who is inspired by Star Wars, Avatar: The Last Airbender, and other cool comic sci-fi stories. So like always, I want to say thank you guys for stopping by and tuning in. Have a great day and peace out.